A very busy and successful businesswoman who doesn't have time for relationships drinks a love potion, causing every male prospect to fall in love with her and allowing her to ultimately discover her true love. What if everyone you touched fell in love with you? Kind of like the King Midas touch, but with the fruition of love instead of gold. Miss Midas is a modern-day romantic comedy filled with intrigue, humor, and of course, love. It takes place in Utah, where CMO Jillian Manning is very good at what she does. In fact, her skill has earned her second place at the prestigious Business Best in State convention. Richard Loder, a CMO and rival in the marketing industry, wins first place and is kindly arrogant enough to rub it into Jillian's face, but not before insulting her since she is a woman. Jillian's cousin, Teresa, is her best friend and encourages her to date and have a relationship with a man instead of being married to her career. Teresa's boyfriend is Louis, and they try to get Jillian to double date with him. Jillian doesn't see dating as a practical use of her time and isn't interested in a romantic relationship. After much begging, Jillian finally consents to doubling with Teresa and Louis, but it only ends in disaster.
Ooh, is it hot in here? Ooh, how's the food?
Jillian tries again and again and loses hope, wondering if something is wrong with her.
Hello?
Teresa takes Jillian to a psychic and homeopathic specialist, Madame Love, who uses herbs and products to produce potion-like remedies. She claims the nature contains the healing and benefits that we consider to be magical. She travels a lot to exotic places such as Tanzania and Kusatsu Onsen, where she is constantly discovering and purchasing special minerals and earthly elements that can't be found anywhere else. She concocts a love potion for Jillian, in which everyone Jillian touches falls in love with her, who is within the boundaries that Jillian sets. Like, it has to be male, no married men, no one under 25, no family members. Jillian thinks it's hocus pocus nonsense and drinks the potion just to prove it doesn't work. Jillian agrees to go on one final double date, this is it, with Teresa and Louis, in which they attend a Real soccer game. This is where Jillian discovers that the potion does work, as the entire Real soccer team falls in love with her. Everyone Jillian touches within the perimeters of the potion is at risk of falling in love with her, even her boss. And this poses a new problem, having this superpower.
Excuse me.
You are the most beautiful woman I have ever seen in my life.
She has to figure out how to keep from touching everyone and how to live a normal life with so many love texts and roses and candy being delivered to her at home, at work, and even on trips. Strangely, the potion doesn't work on Richard, even though she bumps into him ample times due to the nature of her career. What is worse, she falls in love with Richard, but he asks a girl he has been dating to marry him. Additionally, Jillian has ironically developed a longing for a relationship through the recent terrible dating experiences and her interaction with Richard. Jillian eventually learns that the potion doesn't work on anyone who genuinely loves her. Jillian and Richard finally get together after Richard's fiancée is discovered having an affair with Jillian's boss. Jillian discovers that Richard loved her from the first time he saw her at the state convention in the beginning, and in the end, they kiss. I thought of this story 34 years ago when I was in college and had a really strange week of dating where 3 different dates kind of fell, dates that I went out with fell strangely in love with me. I was wondering if there was something mystical, magical in the air, a full moon or something like that. My story is similar to other romantic comedies such as While You Were Sleeping and Crazy Rich Asians. I imagine actresses like Gal Gadot or Constance Wu or Missy Peregrine playing the role of Jillian. Somebody who's a little bit conservative, not trying to be sexy, but is beautiful and is a little more conservative. And the role of Richard, I imagine being played by professional looking actors like Theo James and Henry Golding. Somebody who looks like a business CEO or someone, in professional business. And Madam Love, I thought of a whole bunch of people that I would love to have play her. If Sandra Bullock were younger, I'd want her to play actually the female protagonist, but I would think it would be really fun to see her play Madam Love's role. Or Drew Barrymore, Michelle Yeoh, Jane Fonda, or Jennifer Aniston. I think all of those would do really well with that Madam Love role. I hope you consider my screenplay, Ms. Midas. It's filled with warm, romantic feelings and a humor that we all have earned after a hard day of work or school or daily living. Thank you.